everyone, and welcome back. Today we will talk about how eating non-nutritious foods will affect your immune system, because you want to stay on the immune system.
So I want to stay on the immune system for a while because it's one of the big factors. Again, back to chronic inflammation.
Chronic inflammation, yep. It's all about that.
It really is, and as that is the precursor to all chronic disease, we have to get a better handle on chronic inflammation and the immune system component of it.
Mm-hmm. So when we're stressed, what do? We tend to crave more sweets.
Yeah, we do.
You know, you go to the carbs.
Kind of a comfort thing.
A comfort thing. And what do these carbs do to us?
Well, carbohydrates, note the last word, hydrate. First of all, you hold water.
Yep.
And it's a form of energy, but it makes your energy levels kind of go up and down.
Sure.
So you have a tendency on the up, oh, I feel okay, but then on the down, it's like, well, I need something more. So you have this irregular feeding pattern.
I know with this virus that's been going on, and they're telling us to stay in the house. Excuse me, I was grocery shopping, and there was a person in front of me. They had a cart with ice cream, cake, cookies, soda, white bread, all inflammatory chemicals.
High glycemic, and I think the CDC even discusses the higher risk factor with people with diabetes.
Yeah.
In other words, you're not managing your carbohydrates very well. So, let's have a whole bunch of carbohydrates that we don't manage well to begin with, and just
and by taking all those bad foods that this person had in their cart, it's weakening their immune system even further, making them more susceptible to this virus, bacteria, or whatever else is out there.
I mean,
too.
If it's not, it's some microbe. Which are normally kept in check.
Right, from a strong immune system.
From a strong immune system, so it's not a problem. We've evolved with all of these microbes, so it's not a survival of the fittest. It's a symbiotic, more of
a give and take.
A give and take.
Sure.
But we far outnumber them. It's just that when we get depleted, when our immune system gets fatigued, we're under more stress, and cortisol starts to just beat us up little by little by little.
Yeah.
And our nutrition is poor vitamin A, B, C, D, zinc.
I remember 70% of your immune system is where in your gut.
In the gut. Golly, that's just an amazing statistic.
So if that gut is being fed bad food.
Right.
What are you doing? You're killing all your good bacteria.
You're stressing the immune system because 70% of it is where? In the gut.
In the gut.
So that's incredible. And in the gut are produced these brain hormones, neurochemicals like serotonin.
Yeah, absolutely. So that affects depression if that's down. So you can't sleep.
And melatonin.
Melatonin too. Yeah, very important.
And it's made in the gut. Like, who would have thunk it?
Yeah.
No one.
Yeah. So that's something that people need to be aware of. If you want to keep your immune system, keep your immune system strong, you got to put good food in you.
Right. Don't think about eating for you. No. Think about eating for your microbiome.
Right.
We should make a song.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to, like the microbiome song.
Something like that. But it brings us back to eating again, Dr. Skoma, and the fact that this carbo-loading, this carbo-centric diet plan that most Americans seem to be on, or more people in the Western developed world, and it causes, it is itself a source of inflammation.
Right. We spoke about that cortisol steal in our last class.
And in class number 4, we talk about how adipose tissue.
Where does it get deposited? Around the abdominal area.
And it makes these inflammatory proteins. So that kicks into what? Chronic inflammation.
Sure. And it also makes estrogen. These fat cells make estrogen. That could increase your risk of breast cancer or prostatic cancer. When you have all this estrogen floating around inside.
Estrogen is a grower. So that's a consideration. So dietarily speaking, where do we want to more guide people? If not a carbo-centric diet plan? What?
Well, there was a study out, because a lot of people use artificial sweeteners.
Right?
And they looked at aspartame, and they found that by taking aspartame, whether it's in a powdered form or
Right.
in a
The little
soda
pink or
drink.
blue or
Yeah.
those little colored.
Yep. What it does, it affects our neurochemicals, or brain chemicals,
Right?
and it opens up the body to viruses.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
And it causes chemical damage to our food that we consume.
I want that in my coffee.
Yeah. I had a big gallon of aspartame for breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Breakfast of champions.
Oh,
So I start that out.
yeah.
So what these bad sugars do
Mhm.
is, again, kill the good bacteria.
Mm.
Bad bacteria grow in its place.
Mhm.
They come out of your intestines, and they, as you like to use the superhighway,
Superhighway.
right up from every single part of the body, pretty much gets this nerve called
Right.
the vagus nerve.
Vagus nerve. Cranial nerve number 10. One of my
Yep.
favorites.
Yep.
Um,
And they end
Yeah.
up in our brain.
yeah.
So you can have increased risk of MS, Parkinson's, dementia, Alzheimer's,
Right.
and autism.
Increased risk factors.
Yeah.
And it's amazing when you start connecting the dots. It's like, wait a minute, time out. I need to be managing my carbos more better.
Yeah. And the thing about carbs is that they're addictive.
Yeah.
The brain wants them.
Mm.
The brain wants that sugar.
Is it the sweet?
Yep. It's a location in the brain that's analogous to drug addiction.
Huh.
So
Like dopamine release, and I feel good
Yeah.
about myself.
that's it. Yeah,
Huh.
the dopamine. So the sugar is truly an addictive chemical.
Wow.
White sugar.
But yet eating a piece of sugar cane or a piece of plant, and you get some sweetness out of it, or a fruit, no big deal.
Correct.
But
Yeah.
the white powder,
Yeah.
big
The process.
deal.
Yeah.
Process.
Yeah.
Now you got a problem.
Yep.
Okay.
So what Dr. Gherkin and I did was we kind of looked at this and said, well, you got to find out what foods you're allergic to,
Mhm.
and then you have to watch your carbs. So you and I combined the elimination diet
Right.
with the keto diet.
Correct.
Now, when I hear the word elimination, I'm like, I'm not going to be able to eat that stuff.
Right.
Do I eliminate all my food? So I eat paper?
Well, you would think the word it says.
Right, elimination.
Elimination.
I eliminate food.
What that?
Yep.
It's really the addition diet. Because
Oh,
what?
okay.
Or a substitution, addition/substitution diet. So yes, you're going to stop eating processed beef products, certain things. Okay, you can eat all the chicken you want. You can have all the fish you want. In other words, you don't go hungry on this diet plan. No, that's not the goal. The goal is to, I guess, just for a period of time, we discussed the month
Yeah.
and get these chemicals and residuals out of your system, and then reintroduce them
And see how you feel.
and see how you feel. You're going to find out some things don't make you feel too well.
I have a patient, she's allergic to eggs.
You're right.
But any kind of
Right.
egg product,
Yeah.
if she takes, she feels terrible.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
allergic to cheese.
Right.
Unless it's what, goat cheese?
Goat cheese I can handle, which is interesting. Sheep cheese is fine.
But not
Dairy.
dairy.
Dairy, and I'm a cheese head.
Yeah,
I mean, I grew up in Minnesota, Wisconsin.
yep.
I mean, that's almost.
And what happens when you eat milk cheese? What happens?
I get like a fibromyalgic pain, elbow, wrist, shoulder,
Joint
pain.
Okay,
Almost like an arthritic pain.
yeah,
But sore muscles and just like, I'm thinking, wow, this is an autoimmune disorder.
instantly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Within one day. And
Yeah.
I'm going, this isn't good. I don't want to start taking medications for autoimmune. I need to figure this out.
Sure.
Well, so I practiced what I preach, and I did it faithfully, completely, standardly, brought back in the dairy, one day, holy cow.
Yep.
Left it alone for another 4 weeks, did it again, same thing. 4 weeks, did it again, same thing. I said, okay, no more.
And that's why you and I combined the elimination
Yeah.
of the keto, because people could be eating keto
Right,
thinking they're eating good stuff,
right.
but it's actually making more
Yeah.
inflammation. So you gotta
Find-
find out what your trigger is.
Yeah, that's it. You hit the nail on the head.
Yep.
Number one, find out your trigger, just like Dr. Skoma said.
Yep.
And then number two, once you're more knowledgeable
Sure.
and just understand through experience, because you'll feel it. You won't have to read about it. You'll go,
Oh yeah, I don't feel good.
man, that was a splitting headache after
Yeah.
something.
Or they may have joint pains or gastric pain.
Right.
Or they may wind up having cramps,
Or,
intestinal pains.
or even the more subtle things, when it's in the GI tract, that's almost a beautiful thing, because boom.
Yeah.
What if you just have, foggy headedness?
Sure.
A little loss of concentration. Just maybe the memory feels a little goofy. And you kind of go, well, I've been under stress lately, so it's really nothing to think about.
Right.
But we addressed that in our class too, with this symptom questionnaire to get an idea of your symptoms, tackle your triggers,
Yeah.
and then now they're ready for a more optimal diet plan for energy.
And that's how we turn you into the keto diet. Now, you can't do 100% keto.
No.
So we tend to have you stay on the clean keto.
Right.
Right. You're not going to eat white bread. You're going to eat maybe a whole wheat bread, perhaps.
Right.
Or
grain,
grain
I mean,
bread. Ezekiel bread.
would probably not do too much on the gluten side
Right,
of
the gluten.
does that mean all grains are bad? No. Does that mean all carbohydrates are bad? No. You need the fiber. You need we need that. So we shouldn't malign
Right.
carbos completely. We do it enough, but it's more the simplified and the processed carbos.
Yeah.
Eat your broccoli. That's a carbo.
Yeah.
It's okay.
So keto, decrease carbs, elimination, take away those triggers,
Right.
and we explain this more in the lessons,
Yep.
the 5 classes.
We dive down deep into them, and we get a lot of questions from people about, ketosis.
Right.
And
What is ketosis?
What is it? And then, ketoacidosis, and oh my.
Mhm.
And trust me, there's absolutely no way you're going to have any problems. First of all, you have to be a type 1 diabetic, and you're not. Second of all, you're not going to be totally keto perfect anyway.
No.
And we're not asking people, but to trend more toward the healthy fats
Right.
and the healthy oils.
Mhm.
We mentioned Brazil nuts back in the selenium with
Yep.
nutrition. Use those foodstuffs in avocado,
Yeah, excellent.
coconut oil,
Yeah.
medium chain triglycerides,
MCTs, yep.
MCT. So, what people perhaps forget is that we were born ketogenic.
Mhm. Right.
I mean, fat little baby,
Mhm.
that's ketogenic.
Mhm.
Mom's milk, you get the colostrum for your antibodies and your immune system,
Yeah.
and then you get food, and you're a fat little thing. You're ketogenic. You're born ketogenic. So come on, don't tell me it's not natural state.
Mhm. So we talk about that more in the classes.
Yeah, we spend a whole class on that.
Yeah. So hopefully, once again, that you like this presentation,
Take the class.
take the class, and
How much is the class, Dr. Skoma? You're from New York. You handle this side of the equation.
it's very affordable.
It's so affordable. I can't believe-
$49.99. We
Yeah.
felt that was something that everybody could.
Even a frugal Norwegian like me
yeah.
can appreciate that
Yeah,
price.
for what we give in those lectures. And then we're also going to have podcasts that will be coming up that people call in.
And our vlogs, just on YouTube.
On the vlogs, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
we'll vlog it up.
yeah. So pass it on and stay healthy. See ya.
Till next time.